Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I feel like I need to give you guys an explanation of where I went missing. I feel like I give these explanations at the beginning of every single video, but I have got a valid reason, trust me. So basically, I've started working at NYX Cosmetics. I am working there part-time, but because obviously it's such a busy store, everyone goes crazy over NYX. I have been doing overtime, so I wasn't expecting to sort of be so busy at work. I did think I'd be able to fit YouTube in as well, but obviously I haven't been able to. But now that we have got more staff, I am only in 3 days a week now, so I'm going to have so much more time to be making these videos. I promise you guys, trust me on this one, I'm not going to do a runner like I did last time. So yeah, this is the look that I create for you guys today. This is like my go-to look at the moment. I always do this look when I'm sort of in a rush, but I still want to look glammed up. It's like a sort of a very natural eye with my signature wing as always, with a shimmery sort of foiled looking liner above that, with this brown cool toned lip, fluttery lashes, glowy skin. Like, oh, can't we just look at that glow? Can we just, oh my god, that glow, I can't deal. So yeah, this is the look that I created. If you guys have any suggestions, any recommendations on what look you'd like to see next, please let me know and I will do that for you guys. I hope you enjoy this video. It is a talk through video because I know so many of you guys love my talk through videos, even though voiceovers are a lot more easier to do, and that way I can sort of like listen to my music as I'm getting ready. But I'll do whatever you guys prefer. And yeah, oh, and another thing I want to say, if you guys ever come into NYX in Birmingham, I'll write the details down below of where I work, but if you guys ever come in, please do say hello. I know so many of you guys are like really shy to say hello, but seriously, I don't bite. I'll be just as shy as you will, trust me. I'm probably just as shy as you are. But yeah, I love it when you guys come in, and so many of you guys like know me from YouTube. Like, I thought that most of you guys know me from like Instagram, but people are like, oh my god, you're Felicia from YouTube. I'm like, yeah, I also have an Instagram. But yeah, like, I don't know. And so many of you guys are saying that you love watching my videos, and I just thought they were like really mediocre and just normal. But all the people that really inspired me to make more of these videos. So I just want to thank you for that. And yeah, oh, and before I forget, I just wanted to address the backdrop behind me. All my previous videos were filmed in my bedroom, but that was not working out. My room is already so cluttered as it is. I had to move some around because my bedroom was just not cutting it. I am now filming downstairs in my living room. I have so much more space here, and obviously I can fit my backdrop in. This is like one of those proper like photographer backdrops that I've got on right now, so there was no way that this was going to fit in my room. So yeah, I prefer filming downstairs. I feel like the lighting's a lot better as well, because I know a lot of you guys were saying in my previous videos that I was coming across quite green looking, and I think that's because of my clothing, and then I think it was sort of clashing with my pink wallpaper behind me, so like the colour balance was sort of going up and down, whereas this is a white backdrop, so I'm hoping that the colour is going to look true to life. So yeah, just let me know how you feel about the new setup and everything. Please continue watching if you want to see how I create this look. Mwah. Bye. So let's get started. I have already moisturised, and I've used the Charlotte Magic Cream from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the sample size because I was contemplating on buying the full size bottle, but it's so pricey, so I did want to see what the hype is about. So far so good. Feels how a moisturizer should feel. It's nice and moisturizing, but whether it's worth the price tag, I'm not too sure yet, but we'll give that a try. Secondly, I am going to prime with the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer. Now, primers. I feel like primers don't do anything for my skin whatsoever. I have the type of skin where foundation just lasts on me regardless. My makeup doesn't tend to fade during the day. It pretty much stays put. But because I work for L'Oreal, because NYX is part of L'Oreal, I do get a staff discount. So I purchased this primer just because it intrigued me. We'll see how it works. It has got little gold reflex in it, so I don't know whether that applies to the skin or not. I'm not too fussed if it does or not. To be honest, I like the sun-kissed golden glow look anyway. So I'm going to apply this. It smells quite nice as well. It's not too overpowering. Whether it makes my makeup look any different, we shall find out. I like to start with foundation first. There was a time where I used to do my eyes first and then foundation, but since the Mercier Translucent Powder came in my life, I don't need to do that anymore because I'm always baking. So any excess product that falls off from my eyeshadow, I just brush it off anyway. So for foundation, I'm using my beloved Estee Lauder DW. As you all know, I used to, well, I still do love the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick, but for the summer months I just find I do tend to get a little bit oily with that one, and I don't know, I don't love it too much for summer, especially for these humid days. It's not great. I probably will go back to using that in the winter though, when I'm a little bit more drier. I think the word is dry. Anyway, now I am a little bit more darker around my mouth area, so I'm going to pay particular attention there. I have got a pump for this foundation, but I don't know where it's gone. This look is a look that I do a lot for work. I feel like it's still really glam, but it doesn't require a lot of effort, which means I can stay in bed for longer. So with my beauty blender, I'm just blending that out. You already know the drill. With that foundation, make sure you cover close to that hairline. You don't want to be that girl. Blend in your neck. Now I never apply foundation directly under my eyes because I am going to apply a concealer on that area, so I don't need that extra layers of makeup, so I do leave that completely blank. So for concealer, I'm using the Maybeline Age Rewind. This is my favourite concealer at the moment. It's so cheap, but it does finish really quickly. This is like my, I want to say, third repurchase, but I have got a backup, so I'm not too worried. So So I'm just doing the upside down triangle. Bridge of the nose. I like to conceal my eyelids as well because it creates a nice base for when I apply my eyeshadow. With my concealer, I do like covering the sides of my nose with it as well, because I don't contour my nose, but this gives me that natural sort of contour. And I just keep these areas my natural skin tone, so that's like my natural contour shade. So before my eye concealer creases, I like to quickly go in with the Mercier Translucent Powder and set that, because that's what tends to crease before my under eyes do. In fact, my under eyes don't crease a lot at all. It's my over eyes, my eyelids. So I like to let my eyelids bake as well as my under eyes. And then I also apply that translucent powder on the corners of my nose as well. So it will give me that appearance of a smaller, more narrow nose without contouring. So I've just set all those areas where I applied that concealer. And I love what this translucent powder does, because not only does it give me nice bright under eyes, but it also prevents my eyeshadow from sticking to my foundation when there's fallout. So this baby, I don't think I will ever replace it. It's for life. Right, so now that we've done that, my next step that I usually do is, sometimes I do my brows first and sometimes I do my eyeshadow first. It literally just depends on what I feel like on the day. So today let's start with eyeshadow, because I feel like I've got so much of that translucent powder on my eyelashes and it's preventing me from seeing. So the one eyeshadow palette, or I don't know what you'd call this, stack that I use on a daily basis without fail is the Melt Cosmetics shadow stack, and this is the one in Dark Matter. I've had this for such a long time, ever since it launched, hence why it looks so manky. But I literally do use this palette on a daily basis. In fact, it's not even the whole palette that I use, it's just this one shade in Unseen, and it's literally the most perfect warm brown tone you need in your life. It's like my skin colour but warmer, and it's the most perfect colour to add in your crease when you want that sort of no makeup look, or that I made an effort but not really kind of look. And most days this is all I wear, just this in my crease, a light colour in my tear duct, smoke down my lower lash line, and I'm done. Obviously the wing liner, but yeah, after that I'm done. So I'm just going to get my fluffy eyeshadow brush, and this is the Morphe MB25. Then swirl that on my brush I'm just going to apply that in my crease. Like that. Just going to brush away any of that translucent powder that I've got. Just going to brush off that translucent powder that I've got on my lids and on my lashes. So yeah, I'm going to pick up some more of that brown shadow, add it to my crease, blend it up a little bit. I do like layering this eyeshadow as well to get the intensity that I want. Because it's so natural, you can get away with like being quite heavy-handed with this shadow. And that's that. So now that we've got that in the crease, we're going to apply some of that on my lower lash line, because I love the smoked out lower lash line. Now I do want my lower lash line a little bit darker, so I'm going to go ahead and apply mocha eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, and that's a really nice cool toned brown. So I'm applying that directly on top of where I applied unseen, and you can still see a little bit of that unseen peeking through underneath. It's got that natural sort of gradient effect from the dark tone to the lighter tone. And for my tear duct, I am applying Makeup Geek Shimmer eyeshadow. So now I'm going to do my brows and I will be back. See you in a minute. So now let's make this round face look a little bit structured. I am going to use my favourite contour palette I think that I have ever used, and I have used a lot of contour palettes, and it's from NYX. This palette is amazing. Kat Von D is the one that I used to use before this one. But I did love the Kat Von D palette, but some shades I just found were very, very cool. Apart from the one in the middle, but the one in the middle I used the hell out of that, and then it broke. You know, when you like literally hit pan on a product and then you know it's gonna break and it's just gonna smash into smithereens. That's basically what happened, so I had to throw it all down the loo. And I was only left with the cool shades. I do love that palette, but this one I feel like it has the most perfect contour shades. Now when I contour, I do contour slightly above my cheekbones, because when I blend, it naturally blend its way down anyway. Now I'm going to blend away all that bakage underneath my eyes. my nose. I'm just sort of going to blend in that translucent powder. I'm not just going to sweep it away, I'm going to sort of buff it in. I don't know whether you can see, but my nose does look sort of naturally a little bit more narrower because it has got that sort of lightness on the corners of my nose. Because if I contour my nose just looks so long and sharp, and it's not a good look, so I'd rather just keep it how it is. Now to highlight with, I am going to use my favourite highlighter in the whole world. Trust me, I have so many highlighters. I've tried so many different brands, but this highlighter from OPV, it's life. I'm not even joking. Every time I have this highlighter on, I get at least one question a day about what highlighter it is that I'm using, and it's always this one. I can literally go into any place and I will just get asked, oh my god, what highlighter are you wearing? I have used the hell out of this highlighter, like, it's kind of embarrassing. This is all I have left. Don't know if you can see that, but I've used it so much that it's sort of turned into more of like a loose powder now. Did I even say what it's called? It's the shade Glam-O-rous from OPV. So I'm just going to let the highlighter do the talking and explain for itself. Can we just, like, oh, please. Apply a little bit on my nose. And then just blend that out because don't want you to see the reflection of my ring light on my nose. Favourite blush that I've been using a lot at the moment is the NYX Ombre blush. You're going to be seeing a lot of NYX in this tutorial because obviously I work for them and I've discovered so many amazing products, and I went a little bit shopping crazy at NYX, so hence all the NYX stuff. But yeah, this is the Ombre blush in Strictly Chic. It's a really nice peachy tone. It's not too in your face, it just gives you that natural flush of colour. On the apples of my cheeks. And because that blush has slightly took away that shine of the highlight, I'm going to go in with my fan brush for Makeup Addiction and that same highlighter again and just blend it in a little bit more. And this really helps the highlight blend in with that blush so you don't see any sort of harsh lines. And I'm going to use that same highlight and apply it on my brow bone. I like it when my brow bone highlight sort of matches my cheekbone highlight. I just like it when you've got that sort of, when you look to the side, you've got that C. I am going to attempt recording how I do my eyeliner. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Hopefully it should be okay. So I'm just going to zoom in. So on days I want to look extra glam but I don't have a lot of time, I like to use the Glam liner from NYX in the shade Glam Nude, and it's such a pretty colour. So I apply just thin wing liner on top of my black liner with this. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry, and while I let that dry I'm just going to coat my eyelashes with mascara, top and bottom. So for lips, I am lining my lips with Gerard Cosmetics Underground Lip Liner. I'm going to use the new liquid lipstick shades from OPV, and this is in the shade Jupiter. It's a really nice cool toned brown, this one. I feel like with this applicator you can get a really nice sharp Cupid's bow. So I'm just going to let my lips dry, and while they're drying I'm going to apply my lashes, and I am using these lashes from, I believe they're Mink lashes. I'll write everything down in the description box down below anyway, but it's from a new brand called London Lashes. That's what the packaging looks like, and I'm using the style Alina. One lash on. Okay, so now that we've got the whole look done, I'm going to finish the look off with applying my tinted brow gel on my brows. I like doing this at the end because if any excess powder from either my brow bone highlight or my face or anything, if it fell on there, just gonna brush that out and hide any excess powder. So that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed watching this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one.